Taylor Misiak.
Hi.
Welcome to General Meeting with Becky Sloviter. I could not be more excited that you are here for 1,000 reasons, and we will get to all of them. But let's first, this is a monumental episode for many reasons. I'm wearing my Saquon jersey.
Yeah.
Your dog, Fredo, amazing name, Godfather.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Is also joining me in his Birds fandom in his jersey. And it's the first time we've also had a dog on the podcast. To have a dog in my house is like the happiest thing in the world to me. You also, though, have a very special connection, and I am loving.
So I'm rocking my Sixers shirt because I'm very excited about the Sixers right now, and that felt like where I am like presently. I also brought a really cool vintage coat that I got from John Supply. I have to show it off.
Oh my God!
Okay. So
I've also heard
summer
rumors.
and January.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about this coat and that it exists. I have never seen it in person.
It's so gorgeous.
For those
I wore this at the Super Bowl.
You were at that game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Hold, please.
Were you not?
I was not.
That's criminal.
Not only was I not, I was here hosting a Super Bowl party because my husband is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. So I was the only Birds fan we had 30 people here. And obviously that game was also, it wasn't close. It wasn't like a good.
It wasn't, honey.
I remember Matt turning to our nephew Waylon at one point and going, I just want you to know, this is the worst game of football that's ever been played. And I'm like, it was so amazing. So I was like, I'll never make that mistake again if I need to be with Eagles fans.
Yes.
Correct.
You should have been with us, with your people.
Wait, you were there.
Oh, we were there. So we had a bit of I call it our first manic marriage episode.
And this is you and your new husband at the time, Tony Ascenda, the great writer, director, filmmaker, brain behind so many incredible comedy. And really, like, I don't even want to just put him in that box, but he's also like just so incredibly funny.
Yes.
American Vandal, the new Glenn Powell show, Chad Powers. Dave, we'll get to all this.
Sure.
But Tony, who I love and I've worked with, and I couldn't be a bigger fan, is also, and this is why I have my Mary Easttown mug, he is one of Delco's finest, right?
Yes, very
He's
much
from
so.
Westchester?
He's from Downingtown, which is in Exton, which
we
is
used to play them. Yeah. Okay.
So and then it keeps going. But and his family still lives there, and I have been just adopted with welcome, warm arms from the Philly community. And we have been living there bi-coastally for the past couple years.
Wait, I don't know this information.
Yes.
You have?
Yes. So
are you living in Downingtown?
No, we live in Philadelphia. We live
Center City?
Yeah, in Center City.
Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to have you put your address on
I know,
this
I doxed
podcast.
myself.
We will. Exactly.
But I do live in Center City.
Oh my
I get
God.
accepted to games. We're season ticket Sixers holders.
I have full chills.
Yeah, we're living the dream. We're living the dream.
Truly, like, you figured it out. This is amazing. And then he directed, I remember us texting when he directed the Jason Kelce Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. And I feel like he sent me a photo from like the view of Center City from the production office or something. And I was like, what is your life? Like, to be such a fan and also be able to intersect it that way?
Yeah.
Unreal.
With your dream job. Not only get to work with an absolute idol, Jason Kelce, who he worships, then to also work in his favorite city in the world, to also be doing his dream job of directing and pitching jokes and all of this. The man also loves Buffalo Wild Wings.
I mean,
we both love Buffalo Wild Wings. So all of this, it was just like an embarrassment of riches.
Truly. So you were born in San Francisco?
Yes.
And then did you grow up in the Bay Area?
I have never really had a hometown because I moved around so much growing up.
Okay.
I was born in the Bay Area. I lived in San Francisco, San Jose until I was about 10. Then I lived in Oklahoma for a couple years.
Oh, wow.
I lived in New England for a couple years. And then I graduated high school in Apple Valley, Minnesota.
Okay.
So I couldn't really be claimed by any one place, and every place had its unique qualities.
And you couldn't really claim a sports team in a real way until you met Tony Ascenda?
Yeah, well, in a way. So I was raised by an insane sports fan. I'm named after Lawrence Taylor.
I do know this information.
I comforted my father when, we were about to get married, and I was like, look, he's not a Cowboys fan. We can all agree that that's great. We got married in November of 24. And because we have an apartment in Philly, we were like, obviously we're going to be in Philly. We'll host a party for the Super Bowl. We bought supplies, everything. And about a week before, Tony came home from a walk And I could just tell like something was a buzz. And he was like, look, there's an article that the tickets are the cheapest they've been in 6 years because the Chiefs has gone before and the Phillies gone before and they're small markets. And I think we should be considering going. And I'm like, well, we're throwing a party. We couldn't do it. As I'm opening my laptop to look up hotels, I'm like, we couldn't possibly. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, airfare, hotels. And we're like, well, we just got married and we don't have any like kids, or we could just go. We could just go. Like, we could cancel. Everybody who's coming to the party are Birds fans. Like, they'll understand. In fact, they could still party at our apartment. Like, they could still have a party.
Within 7 seconds, you've justified it
everything.
And bought the tickets.
And we were just going around the apartment like and going crazy. And because it was a week before, we got the last hotel room. And we joke, but it's also serious, that we knocked a city off of our honeymoon to go do
100%. Listen,
no regrets. The happiest I've ever seen him in my entire life.
Truly.
It was truly our honeymoon. It was so spectacular.
I'm trying to remember who it was. We have some mutual friend who was at your wedding and was like, I mean, of course, it was like the greatest wedding of all time.
Well, was it All Roads Lead to Adam Shapiro?
Maybe. All roads do lead to Adam.
He was at our wedding.
Love it.
We, of course, had to have Shappy Pretzels catering our wedding. And he came and did it himself.
Oh, yes, correct.
Which was so spectacular. Our last song of the night was Meek Mill, of course, Dreams and Nightmares. Before that was Robin, the Philly song, Dancing on My Own. And he came from the little pretzel thing and came out and was dancing with us on the dance floor.
Unbelievable. I love it.
So amazing. And he was such a celebrity for not only the LA people who know him, but then everybody who flew in from PA.
Yeah. Oh, I mean.
It was like he was the star of the wedding.
I'm so happy for him and all of his success and like what a fixture he is now.
Yeah.
Exactly, on both coasts.
Yeah.
You also feel like you have taken on Philly. You moved around a lot as a kid, which like that must have been challenging in many respects, but also leads to a really smooth adult life for you.
Sure it does. You girl can adapt, all that jazz.
Exactly.
Well, and I always knew like I loved living in New England the most. I have a real California constitution. I love like everything to be 70 degrees all the time.
Yes.
However, I loved the community and the people and the feelings and like everything that living in New England and the East Coast, and I went to college in New York, like all of that felt really true to me. So when Tony and his family started to really envelop me, I also have a very small family, it's a huge Italian family.
Yes.
It just felt so right. And then when we were talking about getting an apartment there, everybody here would joke like, oh my God, that guy has brainwashed you. And I'm like, has he? I think I'm brainwashing him. I love it.
Beyond.
And it's a really healthy, like obviously we're exceptionally privileged, but it's such a really good, healthy balance from here.
But being out here, having successful careers in Hollywood, and then having the just like grounded down to earth balance and being able to go back and forth, like you didn't have to decide like, okay, I think we live here now fully.
Not yet,
no.
But that's, not yet, but that's
great
also,
place to raise kids. I'm just saying.
That's also in the mix. Honestly, it's impossible for me to not be consumed by, because look, I grew up a Giants fan and a Yankees fan and all of this, but like, it sounds so cheesy, but the community there is so magical and fun and contagious. And I've been there when things are bad and when things are good. And it's just a way that makes me feel connected. 100%. And I feel connected in different ways here, too. I love California. I love Los Angeles. But it's pretty incomparable to the Philly community.
I mean, it's as if I teed you up to say that and gave you a script, because
I know.
It is really true. Like, I love living in California. Mm-hmm. And also, there is nothing like Philly. Did you see... I think it came out either this morning or yesterday, the 30 for 30 Philly special episode that's going to be on ESPN. It premieres next Friday. So your episode's going to come out, I think, a few days after that. So it will have premiered. Friday, February 6th, 30 for 30, about the Philly special from Super Bowl 52. The trailer for it, like I was like vibrating all morning. It obviously is set to Motown Philly. And it says something like, if you want to understand Philadelphia, you have to understand the Eagles. And if you want to understand the Eagles, you have to understand the Philly special.
Beautiful.
And it really, exactly as you were saying, the identity, the close-knit community, like the privilege that we have had of having this team, of having this man join this team.
What a gift.
Saquon forever. But so many. I mean, they're just, I love them so much.
No, I would take a bullet for them. It's unhealthy. It's the highs and lows of it are what life's about. And I love it. Also, Philadelphia is the best food scene
Oh my
in
God.
the country. Like,
Get
it's
out of here,
true.
right?
It's just true.
I know.
And I know a lot of people will come for me for that, but then the people who know.
My old assistant when I was at Miramax, Sammy, who had been my intern years ago, I've known her forever. I love her so much. Her uncle is Mark Vetri. I know. And for my birthday last year, she had him like make a video for me. I literally think he was standing in 30th Street Station, which was like also like the coziest hug. Okay. For everyone not based in Philadelphia, still listening to this, we're going to talk about some other things. I first saw you on the incredible show Dave. Speaking of famous Philadelphians, Dave Bird, Lil Dicky, he is actually from the town right next to where I grew up. So I'm from Abington.
Cheltenham?
He's from Cheltenham. I think he went to Camp Quebec, which was the overnight camp that I went to. Abby Jacobson,
Yes,
we
he
talked
did
about
go to
this.
that one. Yep.
And so I don't think we overlapped. I think he's a lot younger than I am. But I remember I was like, who is that? When you were playing Allie on Dave, that wasn't actually your very first gig, and it wasn't when you first met him either.
No.